If you've decided to rent versus own because you think it's cheaper, it might not be in the long run. There are tax benefits to owning a home that can really add up. And real estate expert TJ Larson is here to tell us all about them.
How are you doing?
Hi, TJ.
Good to see you.
Oh, what are some areas where I can save on my taxes by simply owning a home?
Well, you've got write-offs and you've got itemized deductions. So ownership allows you to qualify for those deductions.
So what kinds of things can I write off?
There's a lot of them. Interest payments are probably the biggest. Taxes is another. Mortgage insurance, that's got an income limit cap on it. Home equity lines of credit. If you've got discount points, that's when you buy your rate down. You know, if you take a new job and it's 50 miles away and you have to move because of that job, you can even write off some moving expenses.
Wow, so how much can I actually write off? Because we could go a little crazy.
You could, and there are limits. I'm going to kind of note 3 right now. Interest deductions. You are only allowed to write up interest deductions up to $1 million in debt. So if you've got a $2 million home and a $2 million mortgage on it, I'm sorry, but that last $1 million, you're not going to be able to write off that interest. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm going to totally miss that $1 million.
I know. Home equity lines of credit. You can write those off up to, the interest on those up to $100,000. If you're over $100,000 on what we call a HELOC, or home equity line of credit, you're not going to be able to get those deductions. And then real estate property taxes, fortunately, you can write those off in their entirety.
Wow, and how do I get my tax benefits back?
There are 2 ways. You can get it back in the form of a refund check at the end of the year. This would not be what I would advise. You can file a W-4 with your employer, and they can change the amount of your withholding. What that translates to is you show them the deductions for your home, and they will pay you more at the end of every month or whenever your payment period is. And this way, you're not giving a loan to Uncle Sam.
Okay, so suppose I have a $200,000 home.
Okay.
What can I expect in savings?
Okay, well, there's a lot of variables on this, but let's just assume for a moment that you're in a 28% tax bracket and you're going to borrow $200,000. Now, you've got principal and interest payments. On a loan of that size, we're going to factor about $800 going towards interest, because in a 30-year amortization, most of your payment at the very beginning is just the interest carry on that loan. So $200 goes to taking away the principal. Of that $800 times 0.28, we come up with a savings of $224. Now the next thing is going to be...
I feel like I need to do my math, okay? 224.
It'll all make sense in a second. The good news is at the end I'm just going to say just buy one, and so it'll work out just fine. Taxes, you know that we can deduct everything on taxes. So on Charlotte Mecklenburg, $200,000 house, $200 a month. So we've got about a $56 savings there. So your total monthly cost, by the time you put all that together, $1,200. But we're going to get deductions of around $300. We actually end up at about $920 on this. So if you've got a rental and you're saying, you know, I've got a $1,000 a month rental, I'm looking to buy this home, my God, it's $1,200 a month, I've got sticker shock, you may actually find it's cheaper to buy that home.
Wow.
One thing I would say is, though, I'm not a tax professional. I'm a real estate agent. So everything that I'm saying here, run this by your accountant, run this by your CPA.
That's a great idea. You know, I've had my home on the market for nearly 2 years. Someone watching, please buy my house. But what kind of tax benefits can I expect from the sale of a home?
Well, hopefully you've made tons of money on that. So the biggest... All right, just work with me. It's live TV. I can't have you go off script here. The good news is, if you've made a lot of money on that home, your profits from that home are not taxed. So if you're single, you get up to $250,000 of profit that is not taxed, and there are no capital gains. Couples filing jointly, you're up to $500,000. Couple of things that you need to be aware of there. You need to have lived in that home as a primary residence for 2 of the last 5 years.
I have done that.
Wonderful. Then you're good. So you can collect your $250,000.
Thank you very much. Thank you, TJ.
Thanks.
Some great information there. You can check out his website, mytownhome.com.